Welcome back to SnowRunner. You join us today as we look at the mission Mountain Delivery. Now we're in Northport, Alaska still. A mountain delivery requires us to deliver oil barrels times 4 pallets to the service hub in Mountain River. Now we've not been to Mountain River yet. There is a gateway north of the map, but that's what we're going to do today. We're going to explore a new area, see what's there, and deliver these oil barrels. For this, we are driving the Pacific P16. I kind of thought we want a vehicle that's tough, that can carry quite a lot of materials on the back of it, and also is a workhorse. And I thought the Pacific P16 was probably our best bet for this. So we're already loaded up. We're just plotting a journey out and which way we've got to go. And we're currently at the drilling site in Northport, as that's where we need to pick the barrels up from. So we need to get out of here and then head north. But we've got to go across to the east first before we can join up to the main road and go that way. My only concern is from the drilling site to the main road, because it does look a little bit tight in places, and obviously the Pacific P16 is quite a big truck and the trailer it pulls is quite a big trailer, so there is a little bit of concern that some of these small little narrow gaps we've got to get through where the tracks are could be a problem. We're going to figure that out as we go, I'm sure, but it'll be interesting to see a different area, different part of Alaska. Obviously we've not long been in Alaska. This is only episode 10 of Alaska. We've done quite a bit in Northport as it is, but a lot of the main missions we can't do any of those now until we've been to other places. I was looking at what we could do to advance things, that the main story, main missions, and it all involved going elsewhere. So I thought, okay, let's go to the next one on, deliver something from mission to there for a start. We can do a bit there as well, hopefully flip back and forward between the two where needed, and that would actually keep us moving forward. This is quite a short episode as well. My plan is to just do this mission. I don't expect it to take too long, only because I've been still struggling with the drowsiness and falling asleep unintentionally and out of the blue, and my concern was if I made it too long I would struggle. So I thought, okay, one mission, focus just on that, and then that way I'm less likely to make massive mistakes because I'm falling asleep. So hopefully this goes to plan. Only time will tell. But already we're seeing some of the tight turnings and stuff we've got to make. Obviously there's a lot of trees around this area, which is going to cause us issues on turning. We need to be as wide as we can just to get the trailer around. But we're doing okay so far. Now the trailer does carry fuel on the back of it as well, which is quite handy, just in case. The Pacific P16 does have a decent sized fuel tank, but there's always a possibility we run out. So the trailer does carry fuel as well. Not a massive amount, admittedly, but some. Hopefully we won't need it, but you never know. Okay, this is a tight gap. No, I thought maybe this was too tight. I did think that didn't seem quite wide enough for us in the trailer. So we need to go more towards the rocks here. We've already damaged the engine by a little tap there. Can we get this trailer round? Just need to get the right angle to allow the trailer to come past the tree. And this is the problem with this big trailer, but the big trailer means we can do bigger jobs with the Pacific P16. The small trailer doesn't really help us. So it's important to try and get the big trailer to actually help us do more. And you never know, there might be a job to pick up in the port, in Mountain River straight away, what to do next time. So we definitely need a trailer that can be as versatile as possible as well, just in case there was something we need to do straight away, go and pick up. There's nothing worse than getting someone and finding your trailer's too small. That's the big concern really. We made it through the gap. Now we're struggling a little bit with the snow here. It's quite deep, and we're going to try and get up this little bit of an incline. It's not a massive incline, but it's enough that we're struggling in the snow. Tyres are just spinning. We're not actually gaining any traction. There's only some of the trees here for the winch, but it doesn't seem to work as the trees just fall down. They're not strong enough to support or pull the P16. It's quite a heavy vehicle. They're all bending, all folding. Come on, I just need something just a little bit forward and I think we'll be okay again. Just needs a little inch forward. Anything? Anything? There we go, we've got one now. That's a bigger tree. It's not falling down. It's not really ahead of us, which I want though, that's the only thing. I want something that's in front of us. Ah, there we go, we got it. All the small trees went down first and there's a big tree right there. That's what we needed. The Pacific P16 has always been a really good vehicle since we had it. It's always worked really well. We got it off one of the maps from the start of the game, Michigan, was trying to remember them, what the place is called. But one of the Michigan maps, I think the third one, we gained this vehicle from, it was abandoned somewhere, I think. And it's been brilliant. It's a workhorse. It really does pull the big loads. But it does require big trailers. But if there's any major big vehicles to pull, we've had it before with the some of the drilling stuff, the really big stuff. This is the vehicle for that. But the problem with having a vehicle like that in the snow and ice is you've got the other issue of it being too heavy, especially in the snow. And mud as well. It is generally fairly good in mud. The snow, we're seeing a few issues, I must admit. But I think a lot of that is down to the weight of the vehicle as well. And a lot of it's trailer based as well. You know, tight turns. It hasn't got a very good turning circle anyway. And then we've got a long trailer on the back. You're not going wide enough on the corners. That creates an issue. So it's good, but it's got some issues too. I think most of the vehicles have the good points and bad points. But I wanted something that would be versatile enough we could do other things with it once in Mountain River. I want to keep forgetting the name of it, I swear. But yeah, I wanted something we could actually utilise for just more than this one job. And we could have done smaller vehicles. We would have kept meant 2 trips. Or we could put a second trailer behind us. But again, that has its own issues, especially with some of these tight turns in the snow and stuff. You're not always guaranteed to get it around the corner when you've got a double trailer on the back. So this was what I thought would be the most versatile and also something we could depend on to do the job. And it is doing it slowly. We're just hitting the night time, it seems, here as well. But we are getting there. It's just judging these corners. I'm not the best with these kind of trailers, I must admit. I don't really judge the corner brilliantly, as is quite evident, to be fair. But then also the other issue is the snow itself. We are struggling for traction, for grip. I'm looking forward to getting to the main road, although it's probably going to be icy. But it'll be a lot easier to navigate and drive on than these small country bits. That's one of the downsides of the P16. It will probably power through most things, but it doesn't mean it won't struggle. And we are seeing that in the snow. It is really struggling in some of the deep snow areas. We're using the winch as much as we can here to pull us forward, just to maintain our movement forward so we don't stop fully. And it is working, but it's still a push. It's still a hard one to do. But once we're out of the drilling site and this surrounding area, we are absolutely flying. I can't envisage a problem. The only thing we don't know is what it's like on the other side of that gateway to Mountain River. Now, we may get there and it'll be horrendous conditions. What we need to go to deliver these will be miles away, and it could be a right nightmare. Or where we need to deliver to is next to where we come out, and that's perfect. Which one's it going to be? That's the big question. But yeah, with Pacific P16, it's definitely showing itself off, though. I think it's doing really well at the minute. And the only thing that hinders it is my driving, to be honest. Taking some of the corners a little bit too tight rather than as wide as we should do with the trailer. But yeah, other than that, I think it's going well. I'm so glad to be back in SnowRunner as well. I know we've said before, it takes the longest to record out of everything we do episodically, and then the longest to edit and sort out. And the episodes can be quite long. We always aim for about 15 minutes to half an hour max. SnowRunner episodes can be ranging from anywhere to 10 minutes to an hour, depending on the mission we're doing. And we do try and get the mission complete in that one episode rather than spread it out where possible. So it's one of those. I'm trying to make the videos a certain length, but at the same time make sure we're completing stuff. I don't normally like just doing one mission. I do prefer doing multiple missions in an episode because it just means extra progress. But with this one, I just wasn't sure how long I would last without struggling to stay awake. So this is going to be whatever time it takes to do it. That's what it's going to be. I'm hoping it's more than 10 minutes, but if it is just 10 minutes, then it's just 10 minutes. I don't know for definite until we finish, but I'm estimating, I don't know, 15-20 minutes probably, something like that. We're on the main road now, so things will now get easier as we're out of all the trees. Now there is a fuel station coming up. We're going to try and get that. Hang on. What's this? No. The road's blocked. You're kidding me. After all that to get out of the forest area, we could have gone left as well. So further down there's actually a left turn that we could have taken. I didn't know that. This is annoying. Right, we've got to take the mission anyway. It's going to need doing at some point. What does it involve is the question. What does it need? If it's nearby, we can quickly go and do it. If not, we've got to think on plan B. But yeah, that's annoying. Can't see anything showing up to say. There's nothing nearby by the looks of it we can pick up and utilise. Okay. I wonder, do we try and go round? And I don't mean backwards and round that way. I mean go round the obstacle. Because it's just rocks on the floor. There is a bit of space on the left-hand side. This may work. Obviously the concern is the trailer. There was me saying as well, once we get to the main road, it's all free sailing. That's the wrong term completely. Easy sailing, that's the wrong term too. I know what the term is now. Lost what the term is. But it's easy as pie. That'll do. Because it's a straight run to the gateway. I wasn't envisaging an issue, especially not something like this. It's just annoying. It does need metal beams delivering as well. We haven't got anything nearby. We are slightly getting there again. The trailer's getting stuck. Otherwise, we would get through this easily. But it's the length of the trailer and the way we're turning that's the issue. Obviously, I'm also trying not to turn over the vehicle, which I don't think it will. Pacific P16 is pretty heavy, to be fair, so I won't see that turning over at any point. But just getting stuck. There's got to be something we can do. I don't really want to go out to the beginning to grab some steel beams to bring them here to carry on. I'd like to see if we can get past this. Okay, we're going a bit further forward. Can we turn though? Yeah. I think, is it possible? I think it's possible, just getting that angle right. That's the thing. Come on. We are very close to getting through this. We're pleasantly surprised to do, to be fair. Okay, come on. Up in the air a little bit. Come on. Front wheels off the ground. It's never a good sign. Come on. I think we're there. We've done it. We have. We have got through the roadblock. Wow, okay. We will come and fix that road at some point and put the steel beams there. But we've done it. That was a relief. I really thought we'd messed up. Obviously, until you explore the map fully, you don't know these things are there. And obviously, we haven't been this way before. We haven't been on this main road going north. So there was always that issue that something unseen would happen. And there it was. But we made it through. A bit of perseverance and some manoeuvring, and we did it. I was so panicking thinking we were going to have to go and get some steel beams and fix it properly, and that could take an age. But we've done it. That's the important part. So now we are free and clear on the main road. We do need a fuel station. We are pretty low. Obviously we've got spare fuel and stuff on the trailer, but we want to save that for a proper emergency. And currently we don't have one, so we'll continue on to the fuel station. We're okay. It's more for, I kind of think it's more for usage when, you know, you're in the middle of nowhere, there's no fuel stations nearby, your vehicle's miles away, maybe there's a map with no garage on. And you need that fuel to keep going, that's the thing. It's that kind of emergency I'm thinking of. Like, enough to get us out of trouble kind of thing. And it may be unneeded, but I kind of feel that's the way we should do it. But we actually are near the fuel station here anyway. That will help us massively. There's a mission there. That's one of the contests actually. We'll ignore that for the minute. We could stop and pick it up. It would mean reversing the trailer and stuff. So instead of messing around doing any of that, we'll pick up a contest another time. Come on, the trailer caught up a little bit on that. There's a barrier there. Wasn't good for the trailer, to be honest. But I think we're making good progress. Time-wise, yeah, we're doing okay, actually. I don't know, obviously, how far we need to go once we hit Mountain River. That's the other thing. It could be miles away to where we'll go to. We made it to the fuel station, though, so we can top up now. Make sure we've got as much fuel as we can. And we're good to go. Yep, that is full. There we go. Just wanted to top up the other bits and pieces as well. So that is done. Okay. From here, carry on the main road. There's a bit of water to come across as well, and that is it. So we're not too far away from the gateway now, so let's carry on heading there. The water, it looks a bit concerning, but we will know more once we're there. I prefer to be doing this during the day as well, to be fairly honest, but it wasn't to be. But the main road's pretty clear. I will say, I don't remember what tyres I've got on this, whether they're snow tyres or not, but it's held the ground pretty well on the roads. It struggled with some of the inclines, obviously, where we started, but it's actually done really well on the roads. No real major issues. So this was the bit of water we saw. How deep is it, is the question. Not too bad. Obviously our snorkel is higher up, so we did wonder over how well this would do. Yeah, so far so good. And I think we're nearly there at the gateway, to be honest. Can't be far off now. A few more bends maybe. And that's a right hand turn coming up at some point. Okay, I can't quite remember exactly how far away it is from these kind of bits. So it's quite a tight bend as well, so be careful here with the trailer. Try and take it wide as we can. So it's getting a bit caught up, I think, on the inside barrier. So it's kind of pulling us backwards at the same time. Yeah, we're caught up on the barrier. I look at the corner and I go, I can make that, and then forget. Obviously, trailer on the back needs wide. Needs to be a lot wider. There we go, that's better. That went actually a lot better though. Some loose stones on the floor. Hopefully it doesn't mean we've got another issue on the ground before we get where we're going. May just be a few rocks. Yeah, I think it is actually. In fact, we're here. We have made it to the gateway to Mountain River. Let's head there. And here we are in Mountain River for the very first time. This is the map we're working with. Wow, okay. That actually doesn't look too bad. I think where we're heading isn't too far. And there's a main road to follow, which should be handy. Let's spot a bridge that needs some work. We'll have to have a look at that and see what it needs. We can pick it up without having to reverse the trailer and all that gubbins, and we'll pick it up now. Otherwise we'll have to wait to pick it up. But I think we'll be okay. I'm not very confident reversing this, as I've said, so that's probably that's why I don't really want to try and risk it now when there's no real need to. But that is a mission picked up. That is to probably get the bridge up and running, I would guess. It's actually a story mission. Okay. Ah. So it needs a couple of bits that we should be able to find locally. That's something we can do. At some point we're going to need a scout vehicle here as well for the watchtowers. We've still got stuff to do back on the other place as well, so we can probably jump between the two where needed. It's more about what we need to bring here from the other map. That's the big thing, I think. So scouting is a priority, just to make sure we know everything is. Followed by, is there a garage? If so, is it unlocked? What do we need to do to get it? Okay, let's keep going towards the service place then, I think. We'll drop these off as soon as we can. And that'll be job done. I'm struggling. I'm noticing my eyes going. Hopefully I've not slurred too much on this. Because that's one of the issues that we have when we become drowsy, is the slurring of speech. Some of you guys have picked up in streams and stuff before. It is it's one of the signs of it. It's, yeah. The thing is, I don't know I'm doing it until I'm asleep. And even then, it's only when I wake up and realize what I've done. So, yeah, it is one of those that I'm still struggling with it. But we'll get there, I'm sure. As soon as we can give it a drowsiness, we can actually get afternoon streams back. And then at some point, I want to do evening streams again. But it's just getting to that point again. That's the thing. For now, we'll have to continue on as we are with what we've got going on at the minute. But this is our point we've got to deliver to, is just in them gates by the looks of things. Here we go. And make the turn. It's a tight one. A gate isn't designed for cars or vehicles like this, is it? With really long trailers. But it's a big old site here as well, to be fair. But we can drop off what we're here with. The oil barrels are here, and we can now drop them off, and that'll be mission complete as well. There we go. We have made it. We've completed mountain delivery. We have made it from the North Port in Alaska to Mountain River in Alaska through the gateway, and now we've got a second map to work on and do all the jobs we possibly can. Thank you very much for joining us. I know this is a short episode. As I say, I'm trying to be more wary of myself and how I am. That's the map we're looking at. Next episode, We'll have a look at scouting maybe, and hopefully get that that bridge up and running as well. But thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, a like does really help. See you next time for more SnowRunner.